Good morning, class. Today we're in math we're subtracting fractions. Remember last week we added fractions, so this week we're doing the opposite. These fractions we're doing are going to have different denominators. Remember last week when we added fractions they had different denominators. What was the first thing we had to do in order to solve the problem? Yes, and that's called common denominators. Just who remembers how we get a common denominator? Correct. So the first thing we're going to do is one math problem as an example showing us how we get a common denominator. Can we do the rest of the problem if we don't have a common denominator? Can we just add or subtract it the way it is? No, because you won't get the right number. The problem we have is 2/3 minus 1/15. And who can tell me the first step we need to do to get a common denominator? Right. And how many times does 3 go into 15? So we have multiplied both sides. Multiply 2/3 by 3. In the numerator and denominator. And we get 6/15 minus 1/15. Correct. And who knows what the number to that is? Right, we got 5/15, or if we simplify that, 3. Good job. Now we're going to do another similar problem to make sure we understand how to do this. And we're going to go with, I guess maybe 3/5 minus 2/20. Who can tell me the common denominator between 3/5 and 2/20? Good job. And how did you get that? Right. We use division to see how many times one denominator goes into the other. In this case, we divide 20 by 5 and we got 4. So we multiply both sides by 4. And we get 12/20 minus 2/20. And who knows the answer to this? Okay, we have 10/20. We're going to do one more to make sure we understand this. Together as a class. In this one, we're going to go with a slightly higher and uneven number. Because the other ones have an even number, so this time we're going to use 1/11. Well, 4/11 minus 3/40 fourths. Now, who can tell me the common denominator between these two? Correct. And how did you get that? Good job. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4. Well, the numerator and the denominator by 4, I mean. And 4 times 4 is, correct. And 11 times 4 is, right. So now we have 16/44 minus 3/44. And all you have to do is subtract 16 by 3, and we get 13/44. Good job. So the first step we had in finding common denominators was to divide one denominator by the second one and see what number they both have in common, or how many times it takes to get one number out of the second one. Like when we had 5 going into 20, it was 4 times. Then you multiply the smaller number by 4 both times to get an equal denominator as the bigger number. Next, after you multiply both sides, you can just subtract. You don't always have to simplify. Sometimes there's no way you can simplify a number, so you can leave it uneven, even if it doesn't look right to you. I am going to hand you a worksheet on subtracting fractions. Basically, I want you to do the same thing we did in the class. This is the worksheet. I want you to follow the steps we did in class, but I want you to show your work. There's enough space on the right side of the problem so that you can fit everything you did in there to show your work. The reason I need you to show your work is so you can come up with the right answer, or if you get the wrong answer, you can see how you got the wrong answer. And since you're only in the 4th grade, you're too young to guess up on the right answer. First, you have to do the problem over and over again until you become an expert at it. And then later on, you might be able to skip some steps. But for now, since we're just learning, I need you to show all of your work. And we're going to do the first problem together. So the first one is 3/7 minus 5/28. And who can tell me the common denominator of that? Oops. Good job. And how did you come up with that? Alright, so we're going to multiply 3/7 by 4 in the numerator and in the denominator. 4 times 3 is, correct? And 4 times 7 is, right. So now we have 12/28 minus 5/28. And 12 minus 5 is, correct. So we're left with 7/28. You can leave it like that, which is fine. But if you want to make it smaller, no, we just leave it like that for now. We're just learning how to do it. I'm going to break you into groups of 4, and I want you to do these problems together. That way, if you don't understand how to do something, your partner can help you, and vice versa. And we're going to work on these for about 30 minutes. I'm going to be walking around in case you need some extra help. I'm also going to be checking your papers to make sure you're doing it right. And at the end, I'm going to pick 3 of you, maybe more if we have time, to come up to the board and show me how you did one of your problems. I only need 1 from each group, okay? Get to work.